So I'm not usually apt to talk about dreams, if it's some entertainment value and we can talk about Christ, then I think I'm going to go ahead and do it. I'm not going to be afraid of it. God allowed us to have these dreams. I woke up, I do believe it was the 12th or 13th. I'll go ahead and show you the date on the calendar. I wasn't feeling too good the day before.
With a cough. Your chest feels tight. Your breathing speeds up and gets shallower.
Having a severe asthma attack, his immune system has made what could be a fatal mistake.
But I woke up early morning, maybe around 3 a.m. I had this dream, and it was of a plane falling from the sky. And I remember saying, is it a stealth fighter, bomber, winged plane? And somebody said something like, no, the F-22. And it came falling from the sky, and the sky was dark. And I was leaving an area that looked like a marshland or something. It looked like a park almost. And a lot of people were leaving with me. It seemed like a mass exodus. A little bit upsetting kind of scenario. As we were leaving, a horse ran by, and it was like a really dark red horse. And it seemed to be covered in something, like it was wet. It reminded me out of the scene of a Jarhead almost, but the horse was running. I do remember looking up and having a perfect view of the street up in the sky and seeing this image of this plane just falling from the sky, almost perfectly falling. And there was a firefight going on in the sky, like a battle. I woke my wife up and I told her about it. Almost as soon as I had woke her up, she turned to me and she said 30 degrees. And was there anything else you could remember?
Nothing.
Nothing? Just 30 degrees?
Yeah, I didn't know why I said that.
Okay. So she didn't know why she said that. At 30 degrees Celsius, your body is considered to be in hypothermia, which means it's way cold. It's dangerously cold. So I thought, man, maybe there's something there where we got to think about. You're worried about hypothermia because both of us were feeling ill. But we may have thought we had maybe the COVID 5 or 6 weeks ago. We might be dealing with syndromes. She was having a lot of numbness in her arms. Some really frightening signs and symptoms, which started to go away after we started taking B12 pill form of D3. 1,000 units of it. And I noticed significant changes there. So I don't know if could have been an anemic thing. Nonetheless, with regards to the dream, I thought maybe that had something to do with our health. And I looked, found that the location of this crash was almost perfectly 30 degrees latitude. Now, I don't know if that part could be coincidence, but 2 days later, which was the 15th, this F-22 came out of the sky. And if you see the video that I'll actually present here, it's pretty clear that it's daytime. It's not night. And there's no war going on. I think the red horse depicts war.
Russia didn't adhere to the treaty.
And it was really dark red. So, I mean, it very well could have been black.
We're all going against the wind. The wind's 120 knots from the west. The whole thing, dude. It's not moving on us, dude. Well, if there's anything.
I think black depicts something else, famine. And I think they are come after the pale horse, is pestilence, and a lot of pastors do believe COVID is definitely a qualifier for pestilence, even if we don't experience pestilence like the Middle East is in some areas with the incase.
So until they adhere, we will pull out, but there's a very good chance we'll make a new agreement or do something to put that agreement back together.
I'd like to say this has only been a continuation of our faith. The dream, I hope we don't find ourselves in the middle of something very soon.
But whenever there's an agreement that another party doesn't agree to, we have many of those agreements around the world.
It took a couple days for that dream to happen to actually having an F-22 fall out of the sky, which is actually a rare thing. I think that this part in the development, I don't think that should be happening anymore.
But ever since its initial test flights, like this one in 1991, the Osprey has been in trouble.
and I'd almost wonder why it's happening altogether. So here's a little bit more news on what's going on, possibilities. But remember, it's just a dream. Our salvation is real, and it has brought us together.
Where it's a two-party agreement, but they don't adhere to it, and we do. When we have things like that, we pull out also.
We're heavily relying on that. God bless. Thanks for watching.
But we have a lot of things, but when we have an agreement, when we have a treaty, and the other side doesn't adhere to it, in many cases they're old treaties, old agreements, then we pull out also.
What a pleasure it is to do a show with those people around here. It's encore time.